Everybody wants to make money, or at least they should make money. Right now, Bitcoin is tipped to be perhaps the best performing asset between now and the end of the year. Right now, Bitcoin is 60,000. And don't worry, you don't need to buy a whole Bitcoin. You can buy a small percentage. They say it's going to be over 100,000 by the end of the year. Is that logical? Well, it is possible. Why? Well, there's a limited number of Bitcoin. There's only 21 million Bitcoin. So in other words, as demand goes up, and it is, then of course, then the price goes up as well. It's not like something like the US dollar, which they can just print more, or even shares where potentially people's attitudes towards them change and profits are sometimes expected to be high and come in lower than expected. Bitcoin is like a digital currency. Many people think, including Donald Trump, that it's similar to gold. So as we see perhaps the presidential election and Donald Trump likely to be voted in, his vice president-elect is a big fan of Bitcoin. In fact, Donald Trump said himself that he wants to make sure that America is the center of the crypto industry. The vice president owns Bitcoin himself, but this is not just the only reason why Bitcoin could do extremely well. At the same time, you've got ETFs. BlackRock, for example, has bought $1 billion worth of Bitcoin for its ETF, and you can access an ETF via Devere and via one of its apps, and you can invest into Bitcoin, even a relatively small amount of money. Will it go up in value? Well, it's certainly expected to do so. Global uncertainty, which of course, who knows what happens in the future, and we do live in an uncertain world, again tends to make more people invest in Bitcoin. And as Donald Trump potentially becomes the president of the USA, of course, he wants to have an expansionary economy, but also he's putting up tariffs against other countries. We see a world which is more and more become a world that's divided. Of course, Bitcoin, it's a global digital currency that people don't then necessarily or don't need at all to rely on the bank. Will it continue to do well? My personal opinion is it will. I own Bitcoin myself. But of course, you should always diversify. You should always invest across a range of sectors. My personal preferences are to invest in good tech, but also even the energy sector, where I feel there's opportunities, in the banking industry to invest money right now and make a great return for your future.